everyone, this is Tony from our Homestead Skills. I decided to try and get out today. It was a lovely day. It's a little bit on the windy side, but it's finally starting to warm up. Definitely been a cold month here from my perspective. Down south in my Alabama homestead, we're probably in the 80s right now, but it's just starting to get interesting here. It's been raining, it's been wet for days. I've been wanting to go past my garden, but it'll be just nothing but mud anyway, so there was absolutely no point. And I was starting to get cabin fever. But with the weather improving, I decided I would at least go to the thrift stores. There's probably a couple of things that go to the grocery store as well. I wanted to get some eggs and a few other groceries. And so I actually had a pleasant surprise at the thrift store. But I did find a couple of things that I'll show you. Okay, so I did manage to get to the grocery store, and I just bought a few items. I bought some beautiful pears, just 3 of them, because Mark will not eat pears. He doesn't eat much fruit at all, so I just buy a few for me at a time so they don't spoil. Love these Bartlett pears, so I'll just wash them, put them aside, and feast on them after dinner as a dessert for me. And other than that, eggs, some penne pasta, and Primo happens to be my favorite brand. And boy, have they gone up in price. I had a lot of this pasta, things of that nature, in buckets, stashed, and I bought it whenever it was on sale. So I'd buy, 3, 4, 5 packets, put them in a 5-gallon bucket, and I still have pasta, but we ran out of the penne. Mark likes the penne a lot, so we do tend to go through that. Now, I also went to Dollarama today and purchased a couple of things, one of them being a bag of potting soil, just a cheap bag. I'll use that to germinate my tomato seeds and other seeds, and it's almost time. Won't be able to plant anything for probably another month. Like May 2-4 weekend is the planting weekend. Might get in a week before that if the weather improves, but it's hard to say. Always safe by planting by May 2-4 though. So, the last frost date. And the other thing, of course, I picked up was a pair of oven mitts. We go through these every once in a while. Did I throw away the other ones yet? I don't know, Mark may have thrown them out. I also have a pair of these silicone ones that I thought would be great to use, and I did buy these at Dollarama as well. And certainly they are a lot better at protecting you from the heat than the cloth ones, but they're really stiff and difficult. And these soften up and are a whole lot easier to use. They're not as heat resistant, but most of the time this is more than adequate. So had to replace it, but I keep these ones for emergency use for when I haven't gone out to get a pair that we need when we've damaged the last one. Okay, so what else? Oh yes, and I did go to the thrift store. Let me just get some of those eggs in these containers. I purchased these egg containers at Dollar Tree a while back, and yeah, they were, great if you're trying to save space. I've got one egg that I thought I'd check this, but it looks like I have one cracked egg there. Yeah, I can sit these one on top of the other. They come with lids, and they do save space here. I have 4 of these. I'll probably take 2 of them down south. I haven't seen them there. I wonder if I can get this guy out without destroying him. Can't always do that successfully. Nope. Perhaps. Perhaps we can save them, perhaps not. But anyway, that's done. So put these in the refrigerator now. Okay, so today I did actually get to the thrift store, which is awesome. The last few times that I've been there, I was not at all impressed, not thrilled. They really had very, very little products, actually. Very little of interest, and the shelves seemed to be bare, which it was a little bit of surprise. But today the shelves were full, and I went to 2 thrift stores. Now the shelves were full. There was a lot of variety. Perhaps people are just doing their spring cleaning and they're getting rid of things, so the products in the thrift stores are, you know, and it's really nice when they're full. And I didn't even go in the morning. Like when you go first thing in the morning, you're going to grab the best things before somebody else gets them. And I actually went late this afternoon because we were up last night and I was late getting up and about and just didn't feel like doing much early until I realized how nice the weather was. So the first place I went to was good old Value Village. And surprise, 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 I actually found one of my Royal Albert mugs, and this one is, the pattern is called Memory Lane. It's a very pretty, very delicate pattern, and I think I already have a few pieces of this. It's not a pattern that I collect, but whenever I find these mugs in good shape at a reasonable price, I pick them up. Now this one was $5.99. And Mondays are not senior discount days there, so I pay the full price. If I had waited and gone back tomorrow, I would have saved, I don't know what, 15-20% I think it is, can't remember. But it probably wouldn't have been there by then. It probably would have been gone. So I decided that, you know, even though I've got lots of these mugs, and I have picked some of them up for $2, but, you know, usually the gold may be worn if, you know, somebody's actually used them up. Most times people buy these, put them in their china cabinets and never use them. And this one looks like the gold's intact. It looks like if it was used perhaps once, but I don't think it was even used at all. So, and that's the thing with fine china. You find people used to just, I don't know. I like to be able to use these things. I think that, you know, what are you saving them for? For somebody else to put them in the thrift shop when you're gone. So anyway, lovely purchase. I was so glad I saw it. It's been about a year since I have seen any china that I collect. And the pieces that I collect are either Royal Albert or my Blue Willow. So far. And yes, I have bought a whole set of other china, but that was the full set. Awesome price. Some of it's down south, some of it's here, and I'm debating whether bringing the whole set down there. I think I will. I don't know when, but I think I will. Now, the thing that I was specifically looking for in the thrift shop today was perhaps one of these, because this is actually destroyed. Might be able to use it with something liquid only. There's still some prongs left, but most of it's blown out. And I really don't want to buy another magic bullet. I have this one, and I have my dark one. It's not red, it's black, I think, and it's down south. And they're okay, you know, for small things. But I didn't want to buy another one. But I thought, well, if I could replace this, and I have seen them in the thrift stores, and I've just never purchased them. But if I could just buy this piece, perhaps I could give this a little more life before it's totally discarded. And of course, you know, I use this or this here. Now, I purchased this one quite a while back. and it's a KitchenAid model. Little chopper, not, you know, it's a delicate thing. But some of the prongs here have broken as well, and that's what holds this bucket in place. And you know, you have to be very gentle with these things because they're not made very strongly. And the little, I don't know what it is, but there's a little piece that, and it stopped working. Okay, this one just stopped working a while ago. So I thought, well, I'm not replacing this. I paid about $50 for this, and it was quite a while back now. Probably served its purpose just fine for what I paid. I have seen them for about $100 now, and I won't pay that much for this. I know it's not worth that. And I've also seen it at Costco recently, the last time I was there, for about $59. And I'd considered it, but I thought, no, I still don't want to spend $59 on this unit. Perhaps I'd, you know, go up market, get something a little bit more substantial, even if it's like $200-300. Maybe it'll last longer. But I can't complain. This has done its duty for the amount of money that I spend on it, but I just did not want to replace it. But what I did find was a replacement, not the same unit, but very similar. And this one is a Cuisinart, same idea, and it looks brand new, like no dust. No, you know, it took me a while to figure out how to open this because they all have their own style. Yeah, slide it out. Blade looks absolutely spanking brand new. And this is the same thing. The bowl has to lock, but you have to be careful with it. Now, the only thing I noticed was that there was something there, but once again, if this was used, it was used quite minimally. The plastic bowl is not scratched at all. It's in great shape. So, just have to be careful with these because they are delicate, but they do the job. Now, with anything like this, when you're buying them at the thrift stores, you do have to check and make sure that they actually work, because they will not. And this is my dilemma here, is locking this back up until you learn how to use the thing. Okay, lock the bowl. Bowl's locked. And where does this go? Can't go there. There's only one way that this will fit on. Ah, there's a little wedge there, okay. And this piece has to slide in that wedge. Got it. Okay, so that's locked. And of course, you always test these. And that will do the job. And I paid $10 for this unit, so I'm not unhappy with it. There's the price. Oops, I don't know if you can see that. But anyway, I paid, actually I didn't even pay $10. It was $9.99, and senior's discount. I was able to buy it. I mean, they gave me, I think I paid $9 for it. So replace that. This one could go in the garbage because it isn't worth fixing. Too many broken little plastic pieces. And for $10, I've got a working unit here. And I am not unhappy with it. There, I have to lock that in. And that will chop my Parmesan cheese and perhaps whatever else I want to chop. So we're all good. Now I just wash this. I don't know if you can see the price tag on there. Tends to get blurry. Okay, but it was $9.99. And that's it. I have not been to the thrift store in a while, but today was a great investment. Because I paid $50 for the same thing. Yes, it's a different brand name, I don't know. Cuisinart is good anyway. I've got a Cuisinart coffee machine, and I'm not unhappy with it. Now here's another $9.99 price sticker. I think they had 3 of them on this thing, but that's fine. And yeah, I'll clean this up, wash these bowls, and get rid of these. So that's it for today. Great day at the thrift store. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.